there, my name is Russell and I'm creating this video to both share a DIY that went well and to encourage others to try some projects which may seem daunting. In this video I'm going to replace the canvas on my Fleetwood E1 Evolution tent trailer. It's a 2006. This is one of my first attempts at video editing, so please bear with me. Whether you subscribe or not, I hope you find this video helpful. If you know someone who is thinking about replacing their tent trailer canvas or find this video helpful, feel free to share and like. And now that I'm learning how all this works, you can expect some new DIY content in the future. I suspect it's going to have to do with sourdough bread, so stay tuned and thanks for watching. So for anyone that's going to be replacing a tent top or the canvas top to their E1 Fleetwood, there are some key things to look at. There's a channel down here, I'd never seen this in videos before, that the canvas hooks into on the front and back. It's a little channel that's on the bottom of the canvas that says Fleetwood on the outside. You got to pull some initial rivets out to get this piece, and there's just a little thin bead that runs through there that holds it in place. Pretty easy to remove. The other stuff is like I've seen in the videos. You've got this big arrow-shaped rubber piece up here that's pushed in. It pulls right out pretty easily. I didn't have to use a heat gun, although I'm sure that makes it easier. There's some screws to be removed. Once you take that out, everything comes off pretty simple. I got 3 more pieces to get out. I do have to work with the wire over here because the wire for the electrical in the top runs up through this channel. So I'm probably going to disconnect it right here and pull those apart so that I can get the wire back through there and take it all apart up to there. And then, yeah, it should be pretty simple. There are some screws you have to remove in some different places. They're kind of hidden on the inside. So the easiest way I've found to do that is to take out the arrow channel from above, pull it down and get it out of the way so you can get to those screws easy. So here I'm just going to take this thing apart, hopefully. I'm going to pull that up like that, and I think I can simply pop this guy open to let the wires loose. And then the black and white match up pretty straightforward. So all I have to do is then put it back together with the wires back inside. The stuff is all in pieces. You can just zip them right apart. And then I have to zip it down all the rest of the way on the outside, not the inside, to get them to come apart. A little tricky on this side, looks like, but there it goes, and that's that. And there's those 2 screws right there that I gotta take out. So next up, I'll come up here and pull this guy out of here, just like this. See how that peels right out of there? And then this one will do the same. You can see why it needs to be replaced. It's got all kinds of stains on it. It's actually not bad weatherproof-wise, but it looks horrible. And the screens are toast on it. So now that that's down, I can get easy access to these guys right here and the ones on the other side. So I'll pull that out like that. And on the other side, I'll do the same. Get rid of some of my favorite bugs that have been here for years. Like, let's see if I can get this guy in here. It's a little tricky doing it one-handed, but that one and that one. And I'm really doing this because I haven't seen one for a Fleetwood Evolution E1 tent trailer, and there's a couple of differences. Not big, just that little, really it's mainly that little pathway in the back, or on the front, in the back sides, where you have to get the smaller little, it's not the arrow rubber, it's more like a little bead that draws through. I noted this before, but there was also a screw that passed in right by the door to penetrate into that hole to hold the door piece in place there and there, so the door fits in between there. You can't really see it right now. Once those screws are out, this literally slides right out like that. And we'll go do the other side. Same way. Just like that. Release any Velcro. And then this guy pulls back over here. And once you've got it out of the way, this will pull out of this little channel right here. Just like that. And now I got one more piece to take care of, which has proven to be the biggest challenge. And once that one's ready, we'll put the others back on. This is another reason I had to do this project. You can see that the plastic had ripped. We tried to re-sew it a few times to fix it, and that held a bit, but it was just too snug, too tight. So what I found is this end piece pulled out and loosened up these guys right here, which will allow me to pull them down through the pathway so I can get them out. That's a really helpful thing. Now that those wires are clear, I can just pull that right down. It'll be a little easier if I undid this. Like that. I should be able to get those to pull through there pretty easy. They're being a little stubborn right now. But I think once I get them going, they ought to go through there pretty good. They're holding up at the top for some reason. There it goes. Beautiful, just like that. And that's out. That means I can take this piece off now from the inside, and it's all done from the teardown piece. This is the brand new campus. It's really nice. Black and gray, just like the old one was. And it seems to have all the right pathways. I just have to figure out which one goes in the front and which one goes in the back. This one looks like it's going to be, I'm not sure if it's the long one or the short one. It looks like it might be the long one. Decided this is the long end, so I'm going to put that up and over the bar and then put the front piece in after I get the pieces on the bottom started. What you'll see is these guys will slide right back into the previous spot, just like that, and there's a nice Velcro spot there to help secure it, just like that. And I gotta put those screws in. Before I do that, I gotta get this guy up and over the top of this. So bear with me, I'll set you down here where you can hopefully see. That's not gonna work. I hadn't pulled that over the top of there. I'm gonna pull the corners over the ends and then put the other channel in. So the corners come up over there, and I'll draw that up over here. That should start pulling it forward to where it needs to be. It's pretty snug, which it's made to fit, I think, so we should be able to slide it into the right spot, hopefully, like that, so the corners fit right there. Getting this started is a little tricky, but once you get that edge started, it doesn't do too bad at going straight on in there. You just got to give it a push. I can't really do it one-handed, so I'll show you more of how it's finished. Here you can see the first section's up. Well, I screwed up. The good thing is I know what I'm doing right now, so I got to take this back out because I forgot to put the bead in the back piece that holds the back in place. That little bead, and it's got to go into this part right here. So it was a little tricky getting that started, but once you get it started, it feeds right through there. You just pull it right along. I'm gonna have to use two hands, but it'll pull right through. What you're gonna find if you're doing this with the one that I got, which was from, I'll have to get the name later, but one end is made sewed shut, the other one is not. You have to start with the right end, otherwise it won't go through. It says to do both ends first, so I'm gonna start on the next end now and see how that goes. Should go quicker than the other one because I know what I'm doing. This one I figured out. We'll get a start on the bottom right here, I think. Oh boy, it's going to be interesting because neither one of them seems to have a good starting point. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get that started without having an opening. Both the ends on, as you can see now. Well, what's left now is the side strips. First panel is in and zipped. These guys just feed right through the channel. Once you get it started, I'll pull it all the way down to there, zip it up, and tuck it in the top. And that panel is up. It's a little bit tiring. I did put the tent down just a bit so that it would be easier to put the stuff in without stretching it too much. In order to get the final piece through the pathway, you have to take that corner back out, but that's not a huge deal. And I'll be running that back over to there, and we should be in great shape momentarily. Also, one thing that Canvas Replacements, that's the company that provided this, did this really cool is they put a zipper on the electrical path, so I can unzip that, put the electrical cord, and then zip it back up. A lot easier than the other one. So what I was saying is this zipper right here is for the electrical pathway. So I'm just going to slip these guys right up through there, and then I'll put that back together and line it through and zip it shut. So that's already back together. These guys pull right through there like that, and then I'll zip that in, put the piece on and connect it up there, and I don't think you can see it. How do I get the lights? Come on here. And finished. Electric's connected, it's on, it looks great. I'm really happy with the canvas replacement that I got. I'll post this soon.